Good morning or good afternoon. This is Dina with Tarot to the Truth, and I am going to do my new moon ceremony. So I am using Palo Santo. I always like to use this or whatever you like to use. If you like the wheatgrass, or I have different sages that I also use to do the cleansing prior to the moon ceremony. I've got my piece of paper. The new moon in Pisces, so it's an important one for me with Pisces rising, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the energy, and I'll do an Akashic record reading for you, and just kind of talk you through. So with the new moon ceremony, there is absolutely no light in the sky. If it's cloudy, you're just not going to see anything. Only the starlight is what will be shining. So if you can get away from the light of the city, it's really beneficial to see for once, get out there and just really feel that darkness. It's quite amazing to be a part of it. So I'm using the Moonology book. This is one of my favorites. It's really a well-worn book. It kind of talks you through all of the things that you really want to focus on, energies, the essential oil that you want to focus on for that time frame, as well as different ceremonies. So it talks about the full moon, and it breaks it down into your houses. So working with moon energy, it's very important to know your houses. That's where it works through and affects you the most. I mean, it will affect your sun sign and your planetary alignment as well, but mostly for healing purposes, you want to know where the house is. So the new moon in Pisces is very dreamy, like any Pisces person, dreamy. It's about letting go of your fears and being okay with your imagination. It's about getting cosmic, which if you're here with me and my channel, you're already getting cosmic, getting into the moon energy. It's a time for emotional healing. So Pisces is a water sign, so you're really going deep into your emotions, and you're dreamy. So listen to your dreams. Have a dream journal. Write them down right away when you wake up, because otherwise you tend to forget them. You think you're going to remember because they can be kind of crazy. Dream interpretation is very important. I like the dreammoods.com website. I think it really helps you remember the colors, remember where you're at, remember who's in the dream with you, remember anything that's really odd, like a sentence or a statement, anything like that. And then most of all, surrender. Note that Pisces is about dreams, so we talked about that, writing down your dreams, and then surrendering and seeking bliss. Trust that what you need is what's happening. So Pisces is very much a worry word. They second guess a lot of second guessing. So as a Pisces, you want to really just trust that the new moon and beyond, this is the time to access your higher self. Really going cosmic, getting in tune with your intuition, practicing with your intuition every day, listening to it. That's been a journey I've been on. Every time that I'm like, oh, you should double check that, especially as a nurse in the medical field. It has saved me so many times. And once you start giving strength to that, it's going to just grow exponentially. It's going to give you a lot more power. So again, make sure you clear your space. You're going to make your 10 wishes emotionally. So the moon energy, like I said, the moon is very emotional. It's moving through your houses. You can put things down like you want to meet somebody, or you want to have a new car or things like that. But how you get there is through emotional journeys, emotional wishes, like getting yourself into the right place to attract the right partner, getting yourself into the right financial job to attract wealth and abundance. These are all things that you want to write on your wish list, really focusing on the emotional. I mean, it's okay to do like a vision board. I love vision boards. I'm a very visual person anyways. I like to put it out there, and that really helps you if you the law of attraction to attract it into your life. But you really have to move yourself in your heart and your soul to a better place, and that's where we keep working on loving yourself. Anything out of love, any desires out of love, the universe wants to bring that to you. If you say something like, don't run in the road, The universe doesn't hear the word don't, doesn't recognize those negatives. So if you're putting negatives out there, the universe is just going to give you more of that. If you're putting positives out there, the universe will give you more of those positive things. So really watch your words. Make sure you're not cursing yourself. That's always all those little things that can do. So in this book, I'm just going to show you, for instance, so it has a guide that tells you where the Pisces is going to be in your houses. It's pretty simple if you just run an astrology chart, you know your houses. So in your first house, it goes through, like I said, the essential oils, ideas to keep in mind, messages, how to focus your meditation, things to do. I love this in the first house: surprise your friends with a new you. So this here fits in falling in your first house. You're supposed to throw out all your makeup, redo your entire wardrobe. So you are going to come out of this in the next 4 weeks as like an entirely different looking person. You're just going to be your best self and very beautiful. So kudos to those of you who are Pisces in your first house. This is going to be amazing. And so I say that to myself too, because this is my first house. The essential oil for this one is angelic seed. But if it is your second house, it's going to tell you that. And heavenly ray, universal law, messages. It's got like 3 pages for each one of the houses. And I would love to share this with you. I just think all of you should go and get this book and just watch it. So affirmations: today's the first day of the rest of my life. That is a great affirmation for anybody, right? I take pride in my appearance. I am brave. And wearing some outfits, you have to be brave to wear some of the outfits, especially as you get older. You're not supposed to dress like a teeny bopper anymore. So it gets a little creative on how to be chic and stylish and not trying to look like you're 16. So these are really fun things that I want you to do with your new moon ceremony. Again, get into the cosmic, write down your dreams, and share. So I'm going to do an Akashic record here. It's a lot of work, really, to do your emotional balancing with the moon cycle. I think it's really fun. It kind of gives you a guide. You can just focus on what comes up and letting it go. And the wishing with the new moon is very fun. It's like a new start, a new beginning for you to reset your life. We're coming out of the crossroads into this section, and the Akashic says we are on the road to an ascent. We're doing the ascent. I got this last week. So we are climbing to the top. We're working hard, but we're just about to the peak. And that is really positive for all of us, that we're getting to the top. Things are changing. Things are going to change fast in March here. So some things might not feel very good. You got to stay in your safe space, in your love space of your own heart, and make sure that you are not afraid. And if you are afraid, sit with that. Like Carl Jung says, invite it in, have a cup of coffee with it, and then send it home. Send it on its way. Do not sit with fear for over long. It is pervasive. It's contagious. It spreads. So take care of it. Get rid of it. Know why you're afraid and work to a better place. Fear turned internal becomes depression. Long-term depression is a really hard thing to get out of. I understand that is a battle for many of you, but just know that keep loving yourself and know that you're worthy and you are loved by the universe. Akashic records, any other words of wisdom for the Pisces time period. I feel like the Pisces new moon is the ascent. It is the top of the hill that we've been working towards with going into the Aquarian age. And it should get easier for those of you who have been working towards being better spiritually, those of you who are awakened, who are trying to get back in touch with nature, realizing that man-made things are not always the gifts of which they seem. They've helped us a lot. I mean, our medical is nothing to shake a stick at. I've seen a lot of miracles, but I've also seen a lot of heartache by people who overtly trust only in the man-made things and don't balance. So, interesting. We have the sands of time. These are the days of our lives. That's what this reminds me of. Time is moving forward. We are moving forward. I just did an elemental reading just a couple days ago, and knights abounded in it. They were in reverse. It talked about getting rid of the blocks and actions that hold you back from moving forward. So if you haven't already removed those from your system, this Piscean era is the time to go internal and let go of those emotional blocks that are keeping you from moving forward, from living your life to the fullest. That's what the sands of time is. You want to keep moving forward. Time doesn't stand still, and you want to be active in it and be able to be at the top of the hill. Views of the ego. That's very interesting. Just knowing, again, the energy. I've been doing the Akashic readings here a little more often, and definitely the ego, codependency, doing things for other people. The ego is often a protective thing. It wants you to keep yourself safe and comfortable. The ego is the one that likes to overeat. The ego is the one that likes to have a little too much liquor. The ego is the one who wants you to not take new chances. And this is a time to be brave. You have to be very brave. You have to find your voice. And here is the other one, is in reflecting. Ironically, this is the moon reflecting. We're not going to see that in a few days, but always looking back, reflecting on where you've been in a really positive manner. Do not be overtly judgmental at this time frame. I know that Pisces can a lot of times be obsessive in their minds. They can be overtly judgmental. They can get all wrapped up in the emotions of the time period. Many Pisces are empaths, so you want to really make sure you've got your boundaries, you're keeping safe. When you come home from a lot of people, that you're doing the sage showers so that you get rid of the energy that you've picked up from other people. Energetically, you really want to, during this Pisces time, stay safe. And you really want to reflect, celebrate where you've been. This card, it's sailing, it's on the water. So again, it's about the Piscean emotional time. Sailing is a type of freedom when you're just going with the wind. And we really want to focus on where we've been, when we've been giving into the ego overtly, where we're living our lives codependent. If you're dependent on your ego to drive you, or you're codependent on other people or others focused, you're not genuinely into yourself and giving your heart what you need. So this is the time. Be brave, be your new self, and listen to your dreams, listen to the intuition. This is Dina with Tarot to the Truth. I hope that you have a happy new moon ceremony. You do one on your own. Really, you can do it. It's new moon is on Monday, so sing that Duran Duran song. And you can do this ceremony really anytime, starting on Thursday or Friday, anytime that you have time. And then set the intentions and go for it. You have a great day.